Hello everyone, welcome to Home and School. My name is Laura. I'm a second generation homeschool mom of 3. I have a 7-year-old, almost 5-year-old, and an almost 1-year-old. And today I'm going to be sharing some of my favorite resources to teach music and art at home. So first up, let's take a look at some art stuff. I have, these are the kindergarten art cards from Memoria Press. Memoria Press does a beautiful enrichment program for kindergarten, 1st grade and 2nd grade, and it includes art study, music enrichment, crafts, history and culture enrichment, and science enrichment, and it's just really beautifully done. So these art cards, you just go through them through the year. It's one for each week, and what we do is I will pin it up on the board so they can, oh, there's a little glare, there we go. So they can see it all week long, and they're always my kids are always very excited to see what the next week's artwork is gonna be. And at one point during the week, during our morning table time, we will take the new one off the board, and I'll get all the ones from previous weeks and we'll go through them all. And my kids have pretty much all of the titles of them memorized, at least. Some of them, they even know the artist, it's pretty cool. So it's a whole variation of just all sorts of beautiful art, including statues, it looks like too. So yeah, so I really love these, and we'll be continuing on with the 1st grade art cards this coming year as well. Also for art, one of my favorites is currently Artistic Pursuits. I think it just does a really good job of teaching some basic techniques to kids. And it gives me an outline of what to say and how to teach those techniques. And I'll even, like, some of the titles of lessons are just like, artists look and observe, right? Artists fill in the spaces. I've said that to my kids a bunch of times when they've been doing art. Artists make still lifes. I think it just does a really great job of giving me some guidelines of some good basic techniques of how to do art with my kids. And we do this about once a week. I'll pull it out, and there's multiple mediums as well. So they use chalk pastels and watercolor crayons and drawing. There's also clay. So it's a good overall art curriculum that my kids enjoy. So those are my 2 favorite art resources currently. I have a few more music resources. I was a music teacher for a number of years, so I have a few things that I kind of kept with me after teaching music. And I'll put links down in the description below to where you can get some of these things. I mean, mostly Amazon, right? But first up though this is the music enrichment that goes with that same Memoria Press enrichment program for K through 2nd. So this is from Memoria Press, and we've been going through the kindergarten year. So this actually has music enrichment for K through 2nd, all in this one book, which is awesome. So it's like a once a week thing. We will, let's see, the first one here. Symphony No. 6 in F major by Beethoven. So we listen to this. So we usually do music on like Monday, right? And we'll listen to it during our table time. I'll read the little blurb about it. This one is describing what a symphony is because it's a symphony, right? And then after we listen to it, there's a couple of questions to ask about it. And there's also, so this is by Beethoven. So all the way in the back as well, there is a glossary of composers, and I can read them a little bit about who Beethoven was and what he did. And this, I mean, there are, I think it's like 32 weeks. It's a 33 week year. So you have 33 weeks of kindergarten, and then first grade, and then second grade all in here. So I'll be going out of this book for a while for them. And we've listened to all sorts of stuff like, oh goodness, The Flight of the Bumblebee we've listened to. We've listened to Fanfare for the Common Man by Aaron Copland. We listened to Mozart and Vivaldi, Carnival of the Animals. So it's just a really good mixture of different types of classical music, and even like, I think there's soundtrack stuff in here too. Like one of the ones that we're going to be doing in a couple weeks is the Star Wars theme, which is awesome. So I really love this. I think it's awesome, and it's just a great way to bring in some classical music into our home a little bit, and then we just end up playing that song all week long, and my kids love it. The other thing that we do to practice the music and get better at understanding music a little bit, I got these when I was way back when I was still teaching music. These are rhythm flashcards. You can get them off of there's like music shop sites. I'll link down below. I forget which one. I think it's West Music that I got this one. Yeah, it was West Music that I got this from. So these are just flashcards to help us kind of get used to rhythm and what rhythm sounds like. It starts with the stick notation. So this would be like T, 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 T. And my kids enjoy doing this. They think it's so much fun. Once we get past the stick notation, then we're looking at it as like, you know, quarter notes and eighth notes, but we're still saying ta, 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 ti, ti, ta, right? And the rhythms are pretty simple in the beginning, but it's like a full kit. So it goes, so you start getting ties, and we start getting into, oh goodness, 16th notes and stuff like that, right? And then by the very end, we're getting into different time signatures and all that kind of stuff. So right now, like my kids are little right now, so we're just doing ta and ti, but it's fun for them, and it's helping them just at least be able to feel the rhythm of the music and be able to say it on the beat, which is awesome. My kids are also both learning piano, and I started teaching them both around 4 years old. That's when I started learning piano, so that's what I'm doing. I actually using the same book that I learned from. This is John Thompson's modern course. It's called Teaching Little Fingers to Play. I think this one's great. It does a great job of helping them learn finger positions and where notes are on the piano. So if you are looking for something to do at home to see how they would do with piano a little bit before you go out and find like a music teacher to teach, like a piano teacher, this is a great one. The last song in this book, my son plays this all the time. But he's now moved on to the first grade book here, and this was my book, and he's doing great with it. So if you're looking for something that's going to help them to start learning how to play piano, but you don't know a ton about it, these do lay it out pretty well. And then once you get past that beginner point, I definitely recommend obviously going and getting a private piano teacher, but this is a great place to start at home to see kind of how they feel and how they're doing with it. The other thing you can do at home pretty easily are these Alfred's theory books. This is level 1A. So this is Alfred's basic piano library. Theory book level 1A. My son's been going through this year. We just do like a page a week here and there. And he's learning about just basic music theory. So like bar lines, the names of the notes on the piano. We've also gotten into like drawing treble clefs and what is a grand staff and all these sorts of things. So, and it lays it out for you. It tells you what it is. All you really have to do is read it, and then you just practice it on that page. And I think it just does a really good job of laying out the basics of music theory. And this goes along great with any piano lesson. So if your kid's out there taking piano lessons from somebody privately, this is a great thing to just kind of add on at home to help them with their music theory, because that's really important too as they're also learning to play the piano. The other thing that I would mention too with music is there's lots of great music classes out there. My personal favorite that my kids are in locally here is a class called Let's Play Music. I think I have the book here. Yeah, it's Let's Play Music. This is a year 2 songbook of my son's. So it's a 3-year program, and the first year they're playing on like glockenspiels and they're learning lots of songs, but they're also singing solfege and ear training and learning what chords sound like, but they don't realize it because it's super fun. And then the next year, year 2, they start playing on the piano and they're working on just furthering that knowledge of ear training and knowing what chords sound like. Now we're learning how to play the chords on the piano. And at this point, like he's playing things like this is Frosty the Snowman. So he can play, you know, he plays the chords, he can sing the song as he's playing the chords, and he does really good with it, and it's lots of fun. So that's just one option of local music classes. Local music classes are awesome. So I think that's all I've got today. Thanks for joining me. Have a good one.